From the window of their low-ceilinged room at the top of the inn, Anne saw the purple and brown heights of Exmoor rising in the distance, beyond ranks of beech, oak and birch. She was wearing a towel and kneeling on the worn cushions of a bench seat. The bedside lamps threw out a bronze light. From the bathroom came the sound of running water. Jim leaned out of the bathroom door, eyebrows arched. "I think we can both fit in that tub, you know." "Sounds good to me," Anne said. "You get in. I'll be there in a second." She heard a gasp of pleasure and pain as Jim eased himself into the hot water. Anne fetched her phone to take a picture of the twilight view. The grey sky and green trees, not a trace of autumn visible yet, blended in a vividness she knew a photograph wouldn't capture, but she tried anyway. She viewed the image. Useless. Better just to look at it, she thought. Jim called her name. He was lying back in the bath. She motioned for him to lean forward and she took off her towel, placed it on the tiled shelf at the end of the bath and sat on it. She held Jim's shoulders and moved him back so that he lay between her knees. His body was broad and she needed to widely splay her legs to make room for him. She felt the surface of the hot water as a tightness around her shins. She leaned down, scooped up some water and poured it slowly over Jim's scalp. Slick to his skull, his hair glistened like wet stone. The day was ending, and the bathroom, lit only by a skylight, was dim. In the near dark, Anne leaned Jim's body forward and washed his back. His pale skin shone faintly in the darkness. He murmured her name, his face close to the water. He reached an arm forward and turned the tap, adding hot water to the cooling bath. Anne's hands, coated in soap foam, worked their way from his neck down to his kidneys. She ran the sides of her thumbs up over the ridges of his spine. She noticed a chain of moles, flush with his skin, running along his shoulder blades. She put her hands in the water and cleared his back of soap. He started to lean back, but she pushed him forward again. He rested his face on his knees. He said something she couldn't make out. She put her finger on the leftmost mole and walked her hand across them, left to right and right to left. "You're marked," she said. She waited for a reply, but all she heard was the deep, oblivious breath of a man asleep.